Hey guys! Okay, welcome to our very first Diamond Intern panel. We are beyond thrilled, so excited, been pumped up all day, and we also are going to have some great news to share with you at the end. But before that, we realized that the three of us, Marcy and myself and Christy, realized that we are doing this diamond internship kind of like in our own little world, and we're all pumped up about it. And you guys are seeing results happening, and you don't really know what's going on in this little private group, other than the Success Club board has like doubled, tripled, quadrupled over the past couple months. And so we wanted to have a team call and possibly something that we do monthly to just share about these interns transforming their businesses, their mindsets, just the way that they're speaking and feeling, and their paychecks and everything else. So what we're going to do is we are going to ask some questions, and each of them, we don't know their answers, we don't know their feedback, and they get to just be real and raw and share with us. So we're going to go through, ask them their questions and go through that. And then you guys will have the opportunity at the end to ask anything to any of them or to the three of us. So I am going to kick off with asking the three girls on the panel, okay, what is one major success that you have had since becoming a Diamond intern?
So I'm Rachel, and I am first on the list. Thanks, Marcy, for that random draw. So for me, I'm very new at this. Like, this has only been 5 months of me even being a part of this huge group that is Beachbody. And so for myself, the push to Diamond gave me the confidence to not only have the idea in my head that I could build a business, but that I could be bold and to take risks, knowing that I had support underneath me and that that I had women in a team that believed in me. So my confidence was the best part of this whole thing and the whole process.
Stop. I didn't want to interrupt. I'm Courtney. I'm next, and I'm so happy that Rachel went first because she always has so much good stuff to say. So for me, I think my biggest success would be pushing more outside of my comfort zone when it came to like approaching people, especially people that I did not know. I have actually started to get people that I have never spoken to before ask me questions about what I'm doing or what I do. Like today I posted something about being able to pay for my groceries, and I had somebody I had never even seen before message me and ask me, what do you do? And so for me, that's a huge success because I've never had that before, and it was nice to know that I have built up to people watching me to feel comfortable asking me that I've never even spoken to before. So that was huge for me.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to give Emily a second because Mom
life. Was great. Oh my word.
Don't worry
at all. Like right at that moment and desperately needs me. Okay, so I would just have to say, I hope I'm not repeating because I didn't hear the last of what she just said, unfortunately, but my biggest success has been completely inviting every single day. Like I always before thought like, oh, I'm making connections. I definitely, like I was working every day, but the fact that we have to screenshot our invitations every single day means that I do it every single day. Like that is definitely the thing that has moved my business forward the most. I'm pretty sure.
It's a big deal. You think you're doing it, you really do. And then you're like, 5, okay, here's my proof.
Yeah.
Things get real at that moment.
Yeah.
So
it was the thing that I was the most freaked out about, but it's the thing that I knew I needed the most.
Yes, for sure. Okay, so the next question for our beautiful Diamond interns is, how much time daily did you dedicate to this internship?
So I am lucky enough that I can stay at home, but I also juggle homeschooling my daughters. So for me, it was finding a balance between home life, you know, spending time in this place we moved to, and homeschooling them. I allocated myself 3 different sections of the day for about 45 minutes. And in that time allocation, I made sure it did not include doing my workout. That was totally a separate time. That was 3 segments that I was inviting, I was following up, and I was starting new conversations or finding new people on social media to follow. So it's doable. I probably have more time than most, but it can be done in that time. So
I also stay home, but I have very little children. For me, I would say it's not necessarily dedicated to the internship. It's more of the time I take to build my business. Not necessarily going to say it's for the internship. I consider it for my business. It's just basically sharing it in the internship. So when you say that, I mean, yes, I do spend, I'm going to say probably around 3 hours by the time everything is said and done, inviting people and finishing up conversations. But the internship itself, like sharing those things, it's just a matter of screenshotting your stuff and sharing it over there. And that takes 10 minutes. But the time you put into your business, that's up to you. It's just technically the internship itself, like I said, it's just screenshotting and sharing it over or recording your personal development video. And that takes 10 minutes. So for me, that's it really.
That's perfect. Yes.
Yeah, I have to agree. I definitely have similar answers. It's probably, a total of 3 hours a day that I'm working, but I do love what it takes to keep up with, like to check off the boxes for the internship itself is really straightforward and very doable. But at the same time, like I definitely have had more focused work because of the internship. Like the hours that I'm putting in are much more focused and effective.
Great answers, ladies.
Awesome. All right. Let me pull up my little thing. Sorry, guys. Number 3, how difficult was this to incorporate in your life and daily habits?
For me, it actually wasn't difficult at all. I thought of it as a bonus. It was kind of like another cherry on top of what I already get to do, which is mastermind and meet and hang out with wonderful women, because I get another call. Like, yes, it's something to schedule into my life, but we're sharing, we're learning from each other. And it's easy to screenshot. We all do our work on our phone. That was the easy part. Being accountable, that's the harder, the other thing is knowing that the women are going to be there. And for me, being able to get into the other women's hearts, like in that PD, hearing them, seeing what they're going through, seeing the change and sharing the changes in myself, that was only a bonus. Nothing was difficult in my perspective. It challenged me, but it was in a good way. As Emily said, it was something that I needed. So
I agree with what she's saying. It wasn't hard to incorporate it. It was just more of remembering to take those screenshots and transfer them over. It's stuff that I was doing, checking off those boxes of having my conversations, that daily checklist anyways. It's just a matter of sharing it. And that's the only thing for me that I was forgetting to screenshot. And at the end of the night, I'd be like, oh, I have to transfer that over. But it wasn't, that was the hardest part for me, was just remembering to do that. And usually I would see a notification that somebody else had been in there, so it helped me remember. But in the Wednesday night calls, those are nothing, because again, we're all moms, we all know, so it wasn't difficult for me to do. It was just hopping on, and we're used to kids chiming in, so that was nothing to really worry about. So it really wasn't much of a change at all.
Yeah, I would say that it's definitely been exactly what it's called, which is a push to diamond. It's not like it's hard, but it's just that extra push that we need. It's really definitely up my game when it comes to the way that I'm, trying to grow my business. So pretty straightforward, exactly what it's supposed to do.
That's perfect. All right. So the next question, I would just like to credit this question actually to Emily. This question is, why be a diamond, especially financially? Why? What is the push? Why did you commit to this? Why 3 hours a day? Why all the check-ins? Why all the screenshots?
So for me, I brought my husband on to give me, to secure my emeralds. I had more than enough coaches, but so that added an extra financial burden to our family of 2 people buying, having there be 2 products. And so for me, it was, if I could push to diamond, I could get that benefit from being able to make that financial, meet that financial limit. I have smaller financial goals. I stay at home. Supplemental income would be beautiful. And so that I knew that if I jumped in all in, then I would get there sooner than if I tried to do it by myself. So.
Again, I am a stay-at-home mom, and my husband, he is the only provider. And for me, it was that I decided at the beginning of the year that I had worked so hard and building up and pushing out of my comfort zone last year that I deserved to push further and be successful. And then I decided that I wanted to help where my husband didn't have to work so much, and we could take vacations without him worrying about missing work, and we could splurge on things that he wanted to splurge on and things like that. So for me, it was more of taking some of that stress away from him and helping out. I've worked forever and I stopped to stay home with my kids and I miss it. But at the same time, I don't want to go back to serving donuts and coffee. So for me, that's kind of what it was, is to find something. So when my children are all in school, I don't have to do that, but I can still help my husband.
Yeah, absolutely. With the diamond, there are some bonuses that are different from when you have, when you're in emerald rank. And so that's definitely something that I'm looking forward to as a benefit. And also something about becoming diamond is that then you can become star diamond, because without becoming a diamond, then even if someone like in your downline, like Jeannie, when she goes diamond, like if I'm still emerald, like then that's just, like, I want to be star diamond. I want to keep growing. I don't want to just stay at emerald. I've been at emerald way too long. And so like this is exactly the right time and exactly what I needed to get to the next level.
Timing is everything. And you brought it home with that. It's like, because we're not just chasing the diamond, we're chasing 2 and 5, and it goes on. And there's so much growth that just blows our minds.
I think this is the best question to ask after that one. It's, had your paychecks increased since you've started this internship?
So I'll go first. Yes, obviously you're having to invite more. That's more challengers. That's more interest. You're seeing your volume go up. So absolutely, yes. I was able to pay for my shake this month and not feel that pressure. And that's the least I want to give any of my coaches coming up. So that there's a no cost to what we do. That would be wonderful, wouldn't it? So it has been able to do that in the 1 month alone. So.
Definitely yes for me. I was actually shocked when I got my highest one. I asked my husband, I'm like, well, where did this money come from? Which was nice, because I haven't been able to say that in a long time for something that I've earned. But I would definitely say yes. Like she said, you invite more and you are more consistent with what you're saying and you're doing. And I kind of have more of a game plan, and people notice and they start to come to you more, and you seek them a little less because of that, which is nice. So I definitely would have to say yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. I went to look at I knew kind of generally, but I went to do a report for my income, and I almost exactly doubled from January to February. And then it was 50% again. It will be projected for this month, 50% again from last month. So it's just like,
oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That is incredible. Congratulations to you ladies, because that is just a testament to what Courtney said, you guys earned it. That is something that you've earned, and making these little changes and habits and forming those have really you've created that for yourself. You basically gave yourself a promotion. So that is amazing.
Awesome, you guys. I'm so proud of you guys. The next question is, how has working with a group made this experience? For example, the support, the encouragement, pressure to do our best. What is your feedback on being in a group setting more than just one-on-one?
So I submitted this question because to me, team is everything. I come from a background of coaching, and from knowing that you are not alone is the best thing in life. And for me, knowing that I had grace, that there were other women that were going through the same thing, you know, just like we're seeing, like kids coming in every day, you know, maybe understanding that, you know, you're sick and you have to take care of yourself because moms never have a day off. And just knowing that there's a team behind you to support and even the smallest things. And I know that these women, it's kind of like the sorority, you know, like we'll go through it together. And I think that helps form amazing bonds from the beginning because you're all going through the same exact struggles. And for me, that was, that definitely was key.
I agree. I was nervous at first to share things that I was saying to people because I was like, well, you know, what if I'm saying the wrong thing? I'm the only one saying the wrong thing. But it was nice to get in there and see that we had a week where everybody was struggling at the same time. And it was nice because you don't feel so alone when you're struggling and you're getting all of those no's, or you just don't feel good and you're having a hard time keeping up. You know, you're all in it together, and it helps you kind of get through it because you see that. And it's also nice to be able to look and see what other people are saying and doing, so that if something you're not doing isn't working, you can say, okay, you know what, Rachel said this and this person just asked me that, and kind of make it your own. And that's very helpful because sometimes they have a different perspective that you just don't think about. And it's nice to have that there to follow, and it's nice to ask advice. I have messaged several of them and asked them different things about something they might know more about, and you feel more comfortable doing so because you're with them every single day. So it's nice in that way.
I totally agree. I love how it has the layers of the ones who are already diamond and then the ladies who are working towards it at the same time. I think having those, that it's not really a contrast necessarily, but just, you know, the mentorship, but also the camaraderie of working towards it together. It's also just like been a great bonding experience. I feel like I'm like that much more excited for Summit now because I feel like I know a lot more of the ladies now. And I mean, that's an awesome part of, you know, being part of the team.
I love that so much. Yeah, you're right. It's like we did all struggle at the same times and then grow at the same time, and we got sickness at the same time. And girls, we even got on the same cycle. Okay, that's real stuff right there. That's how you know you're bonding. So crazy. Females are crazy. Okay, so let's see. This next question is, what was your average Success Club before starting the internship versus now?
So since I'm the newbie in this whole thing, I've only hit Success Club twice, I believe, because I first started and it was trial and error. And then when I hit Success Club, I was like, yay. And I just stopped doing it. And so I had to really, you know, pull up my bootstraps, and I committed to doing this diamond push after I became Emerald, like right away. I did not stop. I did not hesitate because I did not want to go and ride that roller coaster. So for me, it's the push I needed to maintain and be consistent. So, you know, we're still have another week, but, you know, consistency is key. So, yeah.
For me, I never hit Success Club until I did this. I actually was close one time, and the person bought, and it went through the next day into the new month, so I fell short. So for the first time, actually last month, I hit Success Club. And this month I am at 2, but I have several people that I invited today that I'll follow up with. So I still have another week, so I'm not giving up. But so it definitely did help me there because I started in the first month and I hit Success Club. So it is definitely beneficial because it does push you to keep going. So you're not just trying and getting no's and then just, well, it's not working. You're forced to have that accountability to keep going, and it does help you get there.
It's amazing what a difference a week can make. It's going to be so cool to see what happens between now and next week. For me, I have been a coach maybe the longest of the interns. And my first year, I hit 5 and 8 and 10, like kind of consistently. But then last year, I really was not consistent at all. I only got it I actually should have done a report, I guess. But maybe 3 or 4 times I got Success Club last year. I really just was struggling with a lot of just in my own like mental thinking, can I really do this? It was like, this has definitely got my head back in the game. And I think I was 2 in December, 4 in January, and then I hit 10 last month. And that just reminded me, because last September I also hit 10, and you get referrals. Like, it's so, there's amazing things that come when you hit Success Club, even 5. So I'm at 4 right now, but I'm confident I'll at least get 5 this month. And I just want to say this one more thing. I used to wonder, why do top coaches say, or how do they have this confidence to say SC is non-negotiable? I never really understood how they could say that. Like, how can you say something's non-negotiable when you're counting on other people to place orders? But really, it's 100% the truth that if you are constantly building connections and inviting, you just will. Like, if it's every single day, it's just like, what did you say last month, Corinne? You're like, I dare you to work the business.
I dare you to fill out your tracker and not hit Success Club.
Yeah.
And not to be checking off circles, before it's due to take your picture like we have everybody do on Sunday. But I dare you to fill out your tracker honestly and genuinely and not be successful. I dare you.
Yeah.
Because you just nailed it. Courtney nailed it. I'm pretty sure it was, the same thing you guys all kind of tied in, is that when we would get those no's, we would let that discouragement run the rest of our month. But we, as a team in here and as interns, and like you mentioned, Emily, even though some of us are diamonds and star diamonds, we are all doing this together. We are all interning, because you don't just stop. You don't get to the top and sit pretty, and you have to constantly work. And so what we do in there is we get a bunch of no's, and the next day we're like, guess what? You don't wait until March 1st. You don't wait for Monday. Tomorrow, you're going to do it all again. Rise and shine.
Just saying that too is like, Jeannie can't be on the call, but Jeannie hit 16.
Yes.
And that's awesome. And, I'm going to shout her out because that is incredible work. And, like Corinne just said, is we don't put you in this group and are like, have fun, do the work. We do it with you guys. Like, we are doing everything you're doing. So I hit 12 in January, 12 in February. I'm at 8 right now, but I just sent one. So I'm like, no, I will be at 10. And like, Emily just said, is how people say is Success Club's non-negotiable. I used to think of that as like, okay, yeah, you're saying that now, but you don't know how hard. It's really a decision. Success Club is a decision. Do you want to work? Or do you not? Do you want to hit it or do you not? And, I feel like it's a really big decision, and everybody is capable of it. Everybody. And I will tell you, I've been in this business for a long time, and Corey and Marcy will tell you the same thing. On April 1st, I'm scared out of my right mind, and I think I will never hit it this month. And I say it every single month on the very first. Oh my gosh, and seeing that 0 scares the life out of you. But you know what? That's the cool thing about this business is we are all at 0 with you. I'm not at 25 on day 1, blah, blah, blah. We are all on 0. So really, when you see success, you can't say, well, that person did this, that person did that. We all come back to the beginning and start out with nothing and have to rebuild that foundation again. So, amazing job, though, to all of you guys for hitting Success Club last month.
Before I jump into the last couple of questions, I just wanted to chime in really quick with that. And I'm just going to speak from my own experience. Whenever I don't hit Success Club, and I look back at the month, I know that I could have done more. So it's kind of just one of those things like where you just have to gut check yourself and just know like when you're hitting it, you know you're working, you know you're doing everything that you can. And those times where, you know, things are just not going your way, and you just have to like reflect on that. What could I have done better? And just to kill it the next month. Sorry, I have to plug in my laptop. Okay, so, whew. Okay, what advice do you have to give to somebody who wants to do this, but is hesitant? Like I'm sure all of you were before you started this.
My biggest piece of advice is, what do you have to lose, honestly? If you think any part of you thinks or dreams that you could live a life where you work from home, helping women, inspire, encourage, and you have something inside of you that is good to give, why would you not share that with others and believe in yourself? Because this has been set for you to be successful. There's nothing about this that they're setting you up to fail. Like every part of this is about success. And so what really do you have to lose? Even if you don't hit Success Club, you're still learning. Even if, you know, like that's the whole thing about it, is to learn and to grow. And if you don't take the chance, then you're already selling yourself short. So what do you have to lose?
I agree with her. I was very, very nervous going into this. I went back and forth with it, and Christy kept saying, come on, just do it. You're going to do great. You're already doing it. And I kept saying, okay, but I'm really scared. I'm really nervous. And the thing is this, you know, if you're wanting to be successful and you're already doing the work, you're already doing it. It's just a matter of screenshotting and putting it over. You gain a few friends, you get a few new ways to look at things, and you learn different things to say. And there's not really anything bad that can happen. I mean, yeah, you're nervous for the first day, and then you get in there and you see that everybody's nervous with you and everybody's getting no's, and it actually helps more to see that you're not in the boat alone with the no's. I mean, trust me, because I was getting very discouraged for a while, and now when I get the no's, I'm not as discouraged. So it is definitely more helpful than it is harmful. So if you're nervous, give it a try. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But I guarantee you won't get in there and not like it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's the best thing about it is just the only thing that you'll get penalized for is if you don't show up. You know, like there's like they said, there's nothing to lose. There's everything to gain. It's just totally worth it. You just have to dive in and not take yourself too seriously, like not, you know, think it's not a life or death situation, but it is going to take your business to the next level. If you just show up every single day and you do everything you're supposed to do, it'll work. It'll help.
Yes. So as you guys know, Coco and Christy have a huge announcement to make. But before they share about all that goodness, I just want to ask anyone who is watching, whether you're on the panel or not, if you have any questions for the people in the mentorship or for the leaders that are running it. Any questions at all? There's nothing off the table.
I just have a question because I want to hear everybody else's answer, because I know like my answer, but I just want to know, I guess from the panel, you guys too, how personal, and this may have been a question when I was putting Ella down, but how personal development has affected your personal life and your business as well, though.
I could go first if you want, because I know we did them a lot. I believe that the personal development, I noticed that on the days that I gave myself that moment to be in with myself and to work on my mind and my heart, I was more effective in giving myself to other people. So I was able to take that energy from that personal development and give it to someone else, rather than always being like this half glass, you know, like pouring from an empty cup, as I say. Like, you can't do that. on the days I did not do my personal development or just kind of like listen to one podcast and I'm like, okay, whatever, that didn't do anything, it affected my day, and I was less likely to be effective for other people. I also grew very connected to the girls because I cried. Like, who was on the call with me? Emily? Like, literally, like, I'm in tears because you just realize crap about yourself. You're like, oh my God, like, this is real. And it's like therapy. And knowing and trusting that these women are right there, I felt safe to do that. So, yeah, that was my takeaway for how PD kind of helped push me and broke some barriers. So, yeah.
I agree. I will admit I was really bad about doing personal development. It was like the last thing on my list to do before this group, just because I have small children and it is very hard. And it was just one of those things that just slipped on my list. But now I've started to get it done first thing. And it definitely has helped. Like Rachel said, I have done a few videos where Jeannie was on and I cried too, because I would read things or listen to things that I learned stuff about myself that I didn't even realize, or I looked at something differently than I've looked at something before, and it has actually helped me be able to reach different people that I might not necessarily have been able to reach out to before because I didn't understand them as well as I could have or I did before I applied something that I learned. And that might be business-wise or personally. I try to listen to more relationship and personal development because I get more out of it for myself, and I do listen to some business things, but I find that some of the personal stuff I listen to can apply to business as well. For me, it definitely has helped me reach out to different people and understand people a little better, but it has also helped me learn about myself to where I can get a little deeper and share more about myself that I didn't know before with people.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely, well, I should say I did enjoy personal development before I liked podcasts and I would try to listen to audiobooks. But because we had to do a personal development video every day, I needed to actually listen. It was easy before to just kind of be like, oh, that made me feel good, and like not necessarily get some real takeaways from it. I mean, I enjoyed it just because it was something to listen to, but now I needed to be able to share with others, like have something to share. So that made a big difference just to really internalize it and to find more value in it. And I know that the days where I was struggling, I learned that really helped, just like they were already saying. And also I could say confidently to, I think it was Jenna one day when she was really struggling herself, I could say with 100% confidence, like, go, get on that PD, girl, because I know it'll help. I mean, it's just like, I never really had that confidence before. Like, it makes a really big difference. That's why it's one of the vital behaviors.
About this is that I really stress on my entire downline personal development. I think it's huge, but I'm sure that you guys who do personal development, you'll notice when you meet people in the world at a job, a friend, whatever, I find myself saying, you need some major personal development. You can tell who needs personal development. And personally for me, I do business personal development and I do personal development every single day, non-negotiable. And, it will change, but like everybody just said, it's the confidence that it gives you as well. I mean, and you need that to invite people and get no's. If you were in this diamond group and you were inviting, and everybody's just turning you down, you would be a lost soul. But because of the personal development that you're doing every single day, you don't have a chance to fall down, because that's right there to pick you right back up. And the reason behind the video and why you have to get on live and, it's 2-3 minute clips is you listen to it, you intake it. Like Emily said, how many times did you have it on just as white noise? Or you're driving, you're like, yeah, well, I'm not really paying attention. But you have it on, so now you have to listen to it. But it says something more when you speak it and retell it, because now not only are you taking it in, but you're also giving your own version on it, so it double sinks in and you're more likely to soak it all up. So I love all your guys' answers. And great question, Jenna. My little PD.
Love it. Does anyone else have any? Oh, sorry.
Take it away. I just want to chime in with that too, that, Courtney and Emily and Christy, you guys mentioned like doing personal development. I think the biggest thing is like when we're feeling down and we're not feeling like we have, something to pour from our own cup, oftentimes what we need to remember is that PD should stand for personal and professional development. You need to have a 50-50 balance. And if you are feeling down and like your cup is empty, you're probably doing professional development when that's not what your soul needs right now. You need personal development. So you need to find podcasts and read books and do the things that speak to you about, like Marcy has just recently, shared some really great topics that like the book itself, you look at the cover and you're like, that's definitely personal. It's like un-F yourself, right? Is that what it's called, Marcy? Like, it's about like fixing your insides because guys, listen, like, I don't mean to get deep, but I do because that's who I am. We all have our stuff. Like, we all come from something. And even if they tell you, even if people talk about it all the time, like, if you put all your problems in a basket, you're still going to pick your own out. Well, they still suck. There's still problems, and they come from childhood, or that hole you have from your father, or that one boyfriend, or that person. Like, we have all this stuff, and we need to un-F ourselves before we can try to help somebody else get un-F'd. That's the reality. So if you feel like you have something to give, I go through weeks where I'm like all personal. And then I'm like, all right, like live videos 16 times a week, right? Like, you can't get enough out of me. And then all of a sudden I'm like, now I can go to professional. But you got to find that. You have to figure out when is your time for professional development and personal development. And like Christy said, playing the telephone game with it, hearing it how you hear it, from impact theory, Bob Heilig, whatever you're doing. And then when you have to go and share that with these girls, you internalize it. Like Emily said, you hear it how you hear it because that's how we hear things. It's how we're all different. And then what happens is Emily's PD becomes Rachel's and Courtney's. And they're not marking it off on their circles because it doesn't technically count, but their souls got fed more that day. So that's it. Just all I wanted to chime in.
Awesome.
All right. Christy, I'm going to make you host.
I don't need to be.
No, you're good to go? Okay.
No, we could just mute everybody else.
Okay. All right. We're good to go.
Okay. Bam, we look pretty. Have a great night. Okay, bye, guys. I'm just kidding. All right.
Who are those girls?
I was putting this collage together in tears and was like, oh my gosh. So you kind of see, and I unfortunately don't have any of our Vegas pictures. I looked everywhere. I can't find them. They're probably in a secret album. But, there's Nashville, there's New Orleans, there's Vegas. We've been to my San Diego retreats. We're going to Louisiana this year. And so I thought it would be fun to put a little collage together of everything, kind of me and Corinne and where we've kind of been in this business. Like most of you guys know, we have been friends since high school. But it's great to have her as a friend, but also as a business partner, which is really hard to do. So the fact that we perfect it so well is truly amazing because it is hard, you guys. It's hard to have a conversation with her on a friend level and maybe disagree. I run my business different than Corinne does, and there's nothing wrong with that. And but the fact is that we respect each other, how our businesses are ran. And, there are times all the time where I'll like text her and say, go watch this call. It's so good. You would be able to apply this. And she does the same to me, or we can kind of, do things together. So we teamed up together. We've been talking about this for a while, and I kind of was like, we need to do this. It's so important for our team and for us and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm going to pull up the next slide. Corinne, do you want to share what it is?
Yes, I do. I'm going to wait for that slide, though.
All right, here we go.
Oh my gosh. It is time for the very first Team Courageous and Shine Courageously, our very first leadership retreat. And the best part, guys, is that this is not a diamond retreat. This is a leadership retreat. So I don't know how much you want me to dive into that just yet, Christy.
Yeah, you can just leave it at that. So yeah, like she said, it's a leadership retreat. And my next slide, we're going to kind of go into it a little bit more. But we are going to Folly Beach in South Carolina. I really push towards South Carolina because I think it's just, one, you're in the South, so it's super low pace, so much bonding. I figured, like we kind of dived into New York and Florida, and we were throwing these different things around, and I was like, I really want South Carolina. I want something where it's not New York, where people are running around and it's busy, and all of a sudden your time's gone, like something really, so pretty and something we can soak into. So we found, Foley Beach in South Carolina. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's November 1st through the 4th. So I'm going to go to the next slide. All right. So you want me to go over, the
Level 1. So
Yeah.
let me just explain real quick while you're getting that ready. So what we wanted to do was we kind of wanted to play on the Beachbody leadership ladder. So since this is our leadership retreat, we wanted to offer different types of packages, so that based on not just like, okay, you need to do these certain things to be here, to get to be here with us. We also wanted to have things to reward you based off of the type of leader that you are. So it's a retreat leadership ladder.
Yes, exactly. So I'm sorry, I was playing with some slides and I missed it. Did she cover? So in order to go and for the level 1, which includes your room, so your, our place that we choose to stay, that we're staying at, it's covered by us. In order to qualify, you do need to be an active emerald as of July 1st. So that's very important. That's the goal. And I'm telling you, you could do it in a day. You can do it in a week. You could do it in a month. You can get to emerald. It's easy. It's helping 2 people. So I promise you can do that. So what that level 1 includes is if you are an emerald, you can come on this. Your room is covered. You will get a retreat swag that we will be giving. And then also it is a $50 deposit returned upon plane ticket. So what you'll do is Venmo me $50. I will kind of put it in a little safe spot. And the moment you book your airline, I will send that back to you. This is non-refundable for a reason. If you do not book a plane ticket, you don't end up coming. I want to let you guys know that I'm going on the Success Club trip in 2019 with Beachbody to the Bahamas, and I had 2 days to pay $300 in order to go, and it's non-refundable. It's not, hey, pay it if you decide you don't want to go later. No, because there's thousands of coaches who want to go on this retreat. On that Success Club trip. And the same thing we thought about is our retreat. We want you to be serious about it. So if you go and you pay the $50 to, and like I said, you're going to get that back for your plane ticket, but we don't want you to take up a spot and then a month before tell us, by the way, I can't go. And we have all this stuff already custom and planned for you. So it is a $50 deposit that's non-refundable, but again, we will refund that once you do book your plane ticket.
And I just want to chime in on that just because of the importance. Your stay for 3 nights is covered in this incredible place, this incredible location. And Christy and I are not going to pick something that's just like when I choose houses, I try to, choose stuff for Summit that, yes, is nice and great, but I'm also constantly thinking of everybody's budget. Christy and I are not thinking of a budget. We are thinking of this is our first leadership retreat, and we are going to work our butts off to bring you guys something beautiful. And that is why it's important that that's a small deposit, because we don't, like she said, we are going to pour our heart and soul into this. It's taken me 5 years to have a leadership retreat because the trust has to be there. For me to put that money into it, to leave my family, to do all those things. And so this is really special to us. And we hope that you guys understand that that's why a deposit is mandatory.
And, to jump that in is, we have been planning this for a while. And, me and Corinne actually were, stressed out last week, and we were trying to find a house because, she's like, let's have something to show them. And I finally was like, I don't want the pressure of picking something that might not be good enough. So I'm looking at like 5-star hotels. I'm looking at, ARNB or whatever you call it, and VRBO or whatever you know, there's different sites now that people are popping up with them. And I didn't want to just go on and say, okay, that one's okay. We'll just focus so we have something to show them. We really wanted the luxury. So we can promise you that wherever we decide to choose, it will be in Folly Beach, which is a little tiny island. And you can only get on that island actually if you're staying there. So it's a really cool place and we are really excited about it. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that real fast, but I'm going to go to slide number 2. Sorry, guys. Okay. You want me to talk about 2 and then you're going to do 3? Yeah? Okay, so level 2, which is not the slide that I wanted to show you guys.
No? What did you want?
Okay, well, I'm going to have to go to it anyways because I don't know what Canva did, so I apologize.
Change.
It did. But sorry, but it's okay. I haven't memorized. So level 2 includes everything from level 1, so your room, the retreat swag, the $50. It also includes a Saturday morning mimosa brunch that we will be taking you to, and it includes a small Success Club gift. So how you get level 2 package is this is Success Club 5 for the months of September and October. So if you hit Success Club 5 for September, and then again in October, you will get this package. So on Saturday morning, we will be having a mimosa brunch, and that will be covered by us for you. And then you will also receive a little special gift for hitting Success Club 5 those last 2 months. And I will go to the amazing package that you guys all should be shooting for, myself included.
Level 3, we have dubbed as the ultimate package. So to go through the list, your stay is covered for 3 days. You get your swag that you know Christy's going to pour her heart into designing. She's wearing her new team shirt, by the way, right now.
This one actually says smashing your goals. But
oh,
yeah.
I thought it was your team one. But that's good too. You get the brunch, you get the small gift from the other one, and then you get what we are going to call the Team Courageous, Shine Courageously Elite Coach gift. So you will receive this when you arrive to the house, and you can earn this by hitting your Success Club 10 for August and September. This is something that will be very customized. So it is not a September-October requirement because we need October to make sure that we can get this and create this and have it arrive. So Success Club 10 for August and September, or by reaching Diamond. So you reach Diamond, you get all of those packages, and you get level 3, which is the ultimate package. Christy, what did you want to chime in about at Summit, that what we would be sharing at Summit that was, I think it was in regards to level 3?
I think at Summit we will probably be sharing more of like, you will get to see the house, you will probably get to see the special gift and all of that kind of stuff to kind of get you really more excited for that. But yeah, we will have more on all of pretty much the whole plans by then because we're looking at June. But yeah, we are super, super excited. And, you know, as you can tell, pretty gold box. And I know you're probably thinking, where is this background? And this is in Charleston, which is really close to Folly Beach. So I don't know, but it's going to be exciting. So I'm going to pull up one more slide and yeah. So with that being said, is who's coming to South Carolina with us? We are only going to be taking 6 people, and me and Corinne are 2 of them. So there is 4 spots left. We are not a huge team yet. So 6 people to get to go to a leadership retreat on our very first one it's kind of, I don't know, doable, like, I don't know what, necessary to kind of keep it short and sweet. And, you know, I know that me and her kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what you can expect from the retreat. So I'll kind of name a couple things and then Corinne will say some other things. So this you guys, if you're not going to Summit, if you can't make it, try to go to South Carolina with us. Building a business around this kind of stuff is crucial. I get more people to join my team during these kind of events and stuff because people need that. They want that kind of friendship and that bond, and they love to see that there is so much possibility with this business. So, and also the relationships in the team. If you find yourself going, I don't ever feel connected, it's probably because do you put yourself into those positions to feel connected to us? If you don't come to things, if you don't get on team calls, if you don't participate in the Diamond group, you can't connect to us because that's where all of our attention really is, in these little places. So just expect, like I said, we picked the South for a reason. It's going to be slow pace, so a lot of bonding, late nights, slumber parties, popcorn, all of that kind of stuff. And a group workout, of course, will be in there. Corey, you want to throw some more things?
Yes, I am going to be doing everything in my power for us to either have a in-person special guest coming, flying to our home or our condo or whatever we end up purchasing for all of us to come and speak. And I definitely have high hopes and goals of, this being a superstar diamond. And if it's not possible to be there in person, just making sure that we can have virtual wisdom from a superstar diamond coach. And I just know that these are the situations that we don't forget. These are the situations that we have coaches that come just to be a part of, that they have full-blown careers. They have no desire to quit what they're doing, but they don't have times like this. They don't have, people never forget the way that you make them feel and that connection. And, Marcy and I can put into words like being so close, building a business together, watching her transform, and then her running up to me the first time at Summit. I mean, it's like you've been having a long distance relationship with your soulmate through the internet in Canada. And then you meet in person, you're like, I knew you were the one, and it's like you can get married then. So you just never know what that feels like. And, and then when it happens, you just know that you really did build this virtually. And now you have that, you have all of these memories. I mean, you guys can imagine the photo shoots that will be going on and the fun and the team building, just the relationships and the opening up and the therapy that will be going on.
And, like Corinne said, is that I know you guys are coaches and, I don't know where you're at in your business, but whether you're new or you're old, or maybe you follow other coaches, you see their leadership retreat pictures. And I'm sorry, but it makes you want to be there. I'm already on a team and I'm like, I want to be on theirs. I want to go there. I want to walk. So, just imagine hand in hand on the beach, walking around, shopping, hanging out, really bonding. Of course, this is a leadership retreat for a reason. So there will be, trainings from us that we will have put together because, you need to be a leader in order to come on this retreat, meaning you're Emerald. So you already have 2 coaches, so you're a leader on the team. So it is a leadership retreat for a reason, is to really just grow our business together and to really connect and stuff. So I'm super excited. I hope you guys are excited.
Excited. Yay.
Oh, I will be there. You can just mark number 3 as Marcy Cornero right there. That's mine.
I love it. I love it.
She told me today. So.
I love it. So here's what you guys need to do is we have, the 4 spots available. And it's kind of like a first come, first serve. So you need to be Emerald by July 1st. You would Venmo me the $50. And then the next thing is, I think a lot of people are going to want to come on this. So I will accept a waiting list is what me and Corey decided. And if by any chance somebody fell off, they weren't able to come anymore, you would take their spot and then you would pay your $50. So if you get put on the waiting list, you don't need to send me over the money until you're officially accepted on the list. So you can just personally private message myself and Corinne in a group chat, put both of us in there. Let us know that you are interested and we'll let you know in the order that we receive the messages. Tonight, tomorrow, we'll keep you guys posted about where we are as far as, selling out or whatever you want to call it, filling up the spots. But
Yeah, we'll go ahead and make an album in the team page so that it's constantly accessible, where you can see like that the list filling up, if there's a wait list, when the house or the places are purchased, and you can see what's going on, what new things we book, the speakers that we book, so you can really follow what's going on. And we're just so excited. This is it's just real life. Yes, it is.
Oh, it's gonna be so great. So now, join us, Indianapolis, North Carolina.
Thank you guys for putting this together. This is a huge deal, and I know that this is something that especially you, Corinne, that you've been wanting to do this forever, and you always talked about doing a retreat. And I know just the timing wasn't right, and now it is, and I'm so freaking excited.
So excited. Can't wait. This call has been great. Now that I can see all these Zooms.
Jeannie's here! Hi, Jeannie!
And Mallory, Gina, look at all these new faces now that I can see the Zoom again. So thank you guys so much, all of you, for hopping on. This has been an amazing, first panel experience for us, tied in with launching our first leadership. And let me just tell you, you have my word that we have all promised 2018 is truly just the beginning. It has been life-changing, business-changing, so much growth for every single intern in here, and every single leader that you see on this panel is drastically different from just last year. And that's what is possible for you with PD and stepping up every single day and deciding that you're worth it. So
one more thing. I just want to, because the whole point of this whole call was, to really just love on our interns who have really put everything in their heart and soul in the last 2 months. And we are getting ready to finish up month 2, which means we are going into month 3. So listen up, people. You have a week to turn emerald. Here's how you guys are going to do it. Reach out to your coach and become emerald. I promise you, let them help you. They will get you there as fast as they can. It's really me or Corinne or Marcy or whoever your upline coach is giving you the information and you applying the work. You have to do the work. We can't do it for you. We can teach you how and show you how, but you actually have to do it. But it's doable. You guys have time. There's a week left of the month. And let's see some new faces in our group next month, right?
Yes.
Like the girl said earlier, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So you decide to go in it and you're like, I'm going to put an hour into it. I'm going to give it everything I have. And you hit success, or you put everything in it and you don't. What did you have to lose? You weren't doing that to begin with last month. So really go for it. I encourage you guys. I promise you, if you do what we tell you to do, you will have success.
I just want to say, if you guys don't mind, I just want to say I was in the group for the first month.
Yes.
And it truly is life-changing for your business and for your, personal self as well. I chose to step down because I have a lot of stuff going on in my personal life right now. Plus, I'm getting ready to start teaching a live class. So I knew the timing just wasn't right for me for last month, but I can tell a huge difference in my business as well because I haven't been in there. So it truly is, and it's not anything it's not any special formula or miracle or anything like that. You guys already have the knowledge. It's literally just applying it and being held accountable. And so if you're on the edge about doing it, do it. As soon as things settle down in my life, I will be back in there instantly. I swear. I promise.
Yes.
Like I said, I've got a lot of stuff going on in my personal life right now, and I know it was best for me to step away because I want to be able to give it my all. But if you're on the fence about doing it, I'm here to tell you it's truly amazing, and you should just take the little jump and hop right in.
Emily, can I share what you just sent me?
Can I share what Rachel just sent me?
Okay, maybe we shouldn't.
No, I'm going to share Rachel's because I always put her on the spot. Look at her. She's so gorgeous. First of all, she's like, I'm going. And second of all, and I will be diamond at this retreat. So she's getting the ultimate package.
Listen to this. My phone just beeped and I was like, what is that? Emily sent you $50. She just paid for her spot. It was like, sorry girls, I was like, what? Who is that? It's not free money. So that shows you how amazing people are excited about it. So
that's the new Emily.
Yes.
An 18 version.
So great. All right, guys. I hope you have a great night. Corinne, you have anything else?
I don't. I'm just so happy. You guys, there's just so much ahead of all of us, all of you. And you know what? This first retreat is just going to be the start of many, and us packing out some houses and, you know, running to the beach and having a great time and all the mimosas and greatness. So thank you guys so much for being here.
All right. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much. Don't forget to stop the recording.